The reason why we wanted to have this workshop is that there are many ideas and formed proposals for scientific drilling on the Arctic side of the Bering Strait. In general, there is much interest in drilling in the Arctic, but until recently it was too difficult and too expensive. Drilling operation in the Central Arctic Ocean, so far there have been just one, the ACE exploring expedition, and it was a very complicated three-ship operation, very expensive. Now, as you know, the Arctic is clearing from ice, and the area of the Western Arctic adjacent to the Bering Strait is clearing faster than anywhere else. So that's where really vast expanses of ocean are becoming ice-free in summertime. So that ships that are just lightly ice-strengthened or not ice-strengthened at all can perform very efficient operations in only September. So it's becoming obvious for pretty much everyone, even the IODP people, of course, very, very cautious and conservative with the Arctic and conditions like that. It's becoming clear that very soon, if not already now, it would be possible to drill pretty far off to the north from the Bering Strait, the Chukchi Sea, the Beaufort Sea, and even possibly further off into the central part of the Western Arctic Ocean. So there are already 4 proposals in the IODP system, and the more are in consideration. So I made a list of the 4 proposals that have been submitted, and the 5th one is being considered by Bernie probably. It's a viable idea that can be considered together with the submitted proposals. It's not surprising that proposals have been submitted kind of geographically distributed from south to north. As ice was retreating, more and more appetite for ice. So the first proposal was Sarah Fowler and David Shaw. They have started working on it like 7 years ago, is that correct? Or maybe even 8?
2005, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is about the Bering Strait area, to drill on both sides of the Bering Strait and compare sedimentary basins on the Pacific and the Arctic side. Then a couple of years later, we have developed a proposal with Julie Brandt-Greta to drill further north at the Chukchi margin. And then 2 proposals popped up recently for the Beaufort, US part of the Beaufort, and the Canadian, the Mackenzie Delta, out of Mackenzie Delta parts, by Carolyn Ruppel, who is here, and Matt O'Regan, who unfortunately was unable to come, but his presentation will be delivered. And then, as I've said, there is another proposal considered by Bernie to drill further off on the Chukchi borderland. So this is a lot, and we definitely need good coordination and good strategizing. How do we do this? Do we want to?
Yeah, we should be respectful of the fact that we have one missing from this list, which is there's a Mackenzie area proposal.
No, that's it. That's this one.
No, there's a Mackenzie area proposal led by Charlie Paul and Scott Gallimard.
Oh, the separate one.
The separate one. So that also exists. It's at the same stage as Matt's and and mine and yours. They're all pre-proposals at this point. Yes.
But is it the same geographic area?
It's a little bit different because it's a little bit different, but
okay.
I would say box 3 covers a lot of it.
Okay, thanks. So even more then. So we really need to maintain good coordination and think maybe we may want to combine some of these proposals, because IODP people will definitely want to make as less legs as possible. So if we could cover a couple, 3, or maybe all of the proposal in one expedition, that would be perfect. They would really love this idea.
Perfect.
So that's why basically
perfect in what sense?
Perfect in the sense of getting GIS resolution of the.
Okay.
more realistic to do that.
Well, when she goes up there, I mean, she's gonna wanna go up and do 2 to 3 months if she can. And because it's gonna be a big logistical and financial issue to
Right,
get her
right.
up there. And she probably is gonna have to hire an icebreaker as standby to protect the ship in some places. So it's probably only gonna happen once in the next
Yes.
5 years. And that's what we've gotta be realistic about, but that's why we've also gotta keep this proposal fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
The safety panel in their statement about bringing the
Right, yeah.
JR into the Arctic did
Okay.
not mention escort.
Let's not go into the discussion now. This is just a very brief. Basically, I'm done, and we will have plenty of time for discussion. We have organized the program in such a way that to minimize the amount of presentations, so we'll have talks only today, just a few selected talks to give you a general overview, because this is a diverse group. We have geophysicists, we have geologists, we have people who are experienced with this particular region, and people who are absolutely new to the Arctic and to the Chukchi region. So a few talks for the introduction, a few talks to present the current state of activities with the proposals and with the expeditions in this area. And after that, the entire day tomorrow will be for the discussions, and then we'll wrap it up on Saturday morning. And hopefully we will come up with some recommendations and strategy how to proceed, and a plan for coordination, exchange of data, and so on. And it's of course very important that just people meet each other, get to know each other, and there is a much more coordination and synergy in the community. So that's the purpose of this meeting. So that's it for the introduction. For the organizational questions.